After scooping an award for Best Campus Radio Breakfast Show Presenter 2012, Rob was snapped up by 5FM. This prompted his move to Parkhurst.
It's so good to finally put a face to the voice.
Everyone says that. I get asked if I'm a fat guy. Welcome, this is the house.
Dude, I can see you really love music. Got a studio there, guitars, and all your favorite bands.
I must admit the guitars are just for show. I don't play. It's a little embarrassing.
Am I going to be impressed by your cooking?
Hopefully. Yeah. You're the guinea pig that I'm trying this on. But I hope you like pancakes.
I know this movie. The black guy dies first.
After dating law student BIRGIT for 4 years, the varsity sweethearts then got married in 2011.
And the cat?
Ollie is a rescue cat that we got. Someone brought him into my studio. Someone threw him out of a moving car in the middle of traffic. And the person listening to my show picked him up and brought him in. I was supposed to find him a home. And then she saw him, and then
it was over.
No chance.
I had to keep him.
4 years later, he's still in the house.
So now, guys, we're in the kitchen. Who owns the kitchen?
Hi, that's me.
It's you.
My kitchen.
Yeah. And
no, I'm terrible. I can chop, okay, and I think I've done a stellar job at that.
If coffee pancakes by this steak and beer guy was a surprise, so was the couple's courtship.
how did the two of you actually meet?
I used to study with her sister, actually. I was studying law.
So was it love at first sight, or?
The exact opposite, actually.
We didn't like one another.
I thought he was the most arrogant human being I've ever met in my whole entire life. First time I met him.
Rude.
So, what did you guys eventually bond over?
Led Zeppelin.
Yes.
There had to be music, right?
Had to be music, yeah. Old school rock and roll on vinyl and a good bottle of red wine. That was it.
What's the next step, sir?
We're going to fold in the chocolate and the coffee, and then once the batter is done, make some pancake.
You speak about this so freely. I mean, where did you learn to cook?
I love being in the kitchen, spending time making up things. This is a recipe I borrowed, I won't lie to you. But love spending as much time as I can.
And I'm thankful for that.
Is he romantic? I mean, is he the kind of guy that would feed that strawberry to you?
Yeah, no, he puts the man in romance.
Apparently I'm very
Okay.
The man in romance.
Wow. Yeah, he's terrible. As in, I'll have to hint things to him, you know, sort of, okay.
Wouldn't it be nice if you brought some flowers home tonight? Wouldn't it be nice if you ran me a bath?
He comes with instructions.
What's the most romantic thing you've ever done off the cuff?
I think the problem is I literally don't have an answer to that question.
I was curious to see what you were going to say.
You know, I think you need to spend some more time with me because I put the row in romance.
Really? You're going to have to teach me a thing or two.
Okay.
This is a football and rugby fanatic who plays golf when he's not watching Arsenal. And yet somewhere along the line, Rob got extremely handy in the kitchen.
Honestly, that is damn good. That is very, very good.
Rob had to overcome a bad stutter to become a radio host, and in between he's also had a whole other career.
I understand you actually studied sound engineering.
I did. I spent about 10 years at university in Pretoria and joined 5FM and spent a lot of time learning and recording voices and editing and making adverts and promos and jingles and all that kind of stuff. And I qualified in sound engineering because it's such a useful set of skills to have to bring to the radio. You can record and edit things for your show, you know what they're going to sound like, you can talk to your producer properly, and it just taught me a whole pile of cool stuff.
You're a Pretoria boykie, unashamedly a Bulls supporter. How are you finding Johannesburg?
It's very different. I like how laid back and relaxed Pretoria is, but I also like how, you know, from where we are here in Parkhurst, it's 10 minutes to Sandton, it's 10 minutes to work, it's 5 minutes to the highway, the shops are here, the coffee shops, the restaurants, the bars. I don't really need to leave. I love it.
Most particularly, this corner of the street.
So what goes into putting your show together? What time do you clock in?
I'm normally in by about 11 o'clock in the morning, and you sort of get prepped for the day. I like to work in advance. I know a lot of people do it on the fly for that day, but I can't. I'll do sit down lengthily on a Friday and plan the whole of the next week so that I know what's coming up. So for example, we've got a show planned for Cape Town where we're bringing some live bands, and it's a brand new thing we've launched on 5 called 5 Live. And they're sort of recording studio kind of environments. So it's that kind of quality, but for a live performance that we then pipe straight into the radio.
His co-pilot on the Rob Forbes Show is FIKILE MOETI, aka Fix.
Forbes and I have been working together for almost more than 2 years. I didn't know him before we started the show. I literally had 2 weeks to get to know him, and when you work together, you have to play like you are absolutely best friends, and it worked out. He is my work husband, and just had an absolute joy.
Like day tripping to Cape Town to host their 5 Live show with bands like blues rock trio Shadow Club.
We've moved well beyond just being stuck in a studio and having to do shows from there. I mean, Fix and I have done shows together from a beach deck in Zanzibar, and you know, you can literally now broadcast from anywhere in the world that you choose. So, which is why we can come here to the studios in Cape Town, we can do 5 Live, we can put Shadow Club in, and we can bring our studio literally to anywhere we want to go.
I think any platform to showcase South African bands playing live is always amazing.
We're sort of very keen on facing challenges like that. It makes you grow as a musician, you grow as a band as well.
It's so cool because I remember like 10 years ago, Live at 5, you know, it was a show like I always wanted to play on.
I think it's quite a daring concept to give, you know, a band that's not necessarily commercial an hour-long platform on a drive time show. So that in itself is just, it feels like an evolution or a progression in the right direction.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, live from Cape Town, it's Shadow Club.
If you haven't already caught this new ambassador of rock in action, Rob's show airs weekday afternoons from 1 to 4.